Right guys, what's up? Welcome back. And what the hell is happening in Mexico? Things are literally getting out of hand with the cartels and everything that has happened in the last 24 to 48 hours. So this is a video of the tourist town of Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. And yeah, it's in smoke as the cartels wreak havoc on the area. Thousands of American tourists are there at the moment right now. This is all because they have I think the counter-terror police in Mexico, together with the U.S. Army, they have effectively eliminated one of their drug lords. So Mexico just killed a man with a 15 million bounty on his head, and his cartel set 5 states on fire within hours. This guy is El Mencho. Real name is Nemesis Oseguera Cervantes. You can see this is the full list of his activities, which is pretty crazy. On the 22nd of February, Mexican army locates him in Talpapa, Jalisco. A firefight breaks out. 7 members died of his gang, of his cartel. 3 more wounded. El Mencho is one of the wounded. Captured alive but dies during helicopter transfer to Mexico City. Mexican government confirms his death. Within hours, his cartel responds. Vehicles burning on highways across Jalisco. Roadblocks in Nayarit. And these regions is very hard to pronounce, but yeah, these areas. Puerto Vallarta airport filled with smoke. People sprinting through terminals in panic, buses are set on fire, malls are attacked, US State Department issues shelter in place warning for Americans in 5 Mexican states. He went from a broke kid to a cop to an avocado farmer to the leader of the most dangerous cartel on the planet, and died in the back of a military helicopter 2 hours from the city where he built his empire. The man is dead, but the machine he built is still running. That's the situation right now of this man, and that's the problem, right? We have the main issue we have right now, which is why the situation in Mexico is so bad, is because, I mean, look at this, like, looks like the Mexican military army. No, this is not. This is the cartel special forces. Again, let me repeat that. This is the cartel special forces. If you want to truly understand the current state of Mexico, notice how the bad guys have no problem showing their faces on camera while the good guys hide behind the masks. That's how crazy it is, right? So this tweet here actually summarizes it very nicely. Cartel violence is being allowed in Mexico because President Claudia Sheinbaum works for the cartel. A senator from Mexico went on Fox News and exposed everything. This is crazy. Look at what she's saying here. This is insanity, guys. This again was published on the 23rd of February. Let's just check it out. So, the president of Mexico works for the cartels, alleged by the senator. She was funded by money from the cartels. It's not just the president, there are an entire group of Mexico politicians labeled the narco politicians. Mexico is a narco state, that's crazy. Mexicans are afraid of the alliance between the Mexican government and the cartels. The Morena political party is financed by the cartels, that's how they get elected. Once they get elected, the deal is for the Mexican government to then protect the cartels, which is crazy. The government of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, Pardo, doesn't want this information to get out. Mexicans and the politicians who are not paid off by the cartels want Donald Trump to help with the cartels. The Mexico senator exposing all this says she is now being threatened with prison for speaking out. The president has threatened me to proceed against me with criminal prosecution to get me out of the Senate and get me jailed just because I told you this in Fox News. And now the assassination of Manzo, an own cartel critic. The cartel runs the Mexican government. Yes, so there we go, guys. I mean, it's pretty obvious. When the government allows a country to be run by cartels, it's pretty damn obvious that, you know, the country itself is not free. The country is hostage, literally hostage by the cartels. And this is just insane. Insane. I mean, come on, man. Look at this. The Mexican drug cartels are now considered terrorists by the US government. Special forces are now in play to screw them up. I mean, and it has happened now, which is crazy. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. A gun battle between the Mexican army and the cartel in the small village of Desembocada in the state of Jalisco, Mexico, after the cartel leader was killed. The cartel is the second strongest cartel in Mexico. It consists of 18,000 to 30,000 active members. Let me just repeat that. 18,000 to 30,000 active members. That is crazy, man. Mexico descends into violence after Jalisco New Generation cartel leader El Mencho killed in Mexican army operation. So yeah, I mean, this is insane, man. I mean, and that's the problem. Like, people say, oh well, you know, like it's like people are like trying to effectively ignore the problem, and you know, people don't want to talk about this, but it's a big issue, and that's the issue. People in Mexico are literally held hostage by a, like, should we call it like about like crazy terrorist organizations, like drug lords effectively, which are controlling the entire nation. And that is just beyond crazy, right? I mean, look at this one. Mexico's cartel problems. This is like last year. 1,500 people murdered just in Sinaloa this year. 2,000 people missing or kidnapped. Former security chief in Tabasco now a fugitive, accused of running a cartel himself. Governors accused of complicity on stage with the president. I mean, it's just crazy, like the amount of madness and like, I don't know, I would say like corruption in there is just beyond any limit, anything, man. It's just beyond any limit. This is insane. So yeah, guys, I cannot believe what I'm seeing, honestly. Like, this is beyond belief. But yeah, it is what it is when you have a government such as in Mexico where they allow for this to happen, right? As you can see here, like, the president of Mexico works for the cartel. She was funded by money from the cartels. It's not just the president. They are an entire group of Mexico politicians labeled the narco politicians. Mexicans are afraid of the alliance between the Mexican government and the cartels. So what do you do in this situation? Like, what the hell do you even do? Like, do you try to do something, right? Here's a map of all the cartels in Mexico. I mean, it's crazy. Like, there's literally like cartels everywhere over Mexico. Everywhere. Like, the whole country is literally dominated by cartels. Look at that, man. It's just insanity. But yeah, that's it, guys, for today's video. Effectively, if just one cartel has 18 to 30,000 members, just imagine that the other cartels all together, we could see like there being like how many active members in cartels, maybe like 200, 300,000 potentially active members or more in a single country. That's just madness. But yeah, like, I mean, look at this. These men are not special forces. They are members of the criminal group CGNG, one of the most powerful and feared cartels in Mexico. So like, these guys are like, they have like heavily military armed equipment. Like, they mean business, right? They mean business, and they have literally taken over the country. Pure madness. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one. Hopefully they can, you know, clear out the cartels in Mexico, but it's just gonna be so difficult because it's full. Like, it's literally invaded by cartels all over the country. It's just madness.